Man, tell me who the fuck wants a car that they can just turn off whenever?
Every new car brand is having major issues now, and especially when it comes to the engine. And I think this is one of the biggest things and no one's talking about it.
Millions of Americans are returning their modern cars, and everyone knows why. Before we get started, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Man, tell me who the fuck wants a car that they can just turn off whenever? So by they, I mean the government, motherfucker. By they, I mean the law enforcement. By they, I mean anyone who has a fucking ability to hack into your shit and turn your fucking car off while it's driving. It's like, oh shit, let me just get the most brand new 2029 fucking dip-tard, little wiener ass cornball mobile, bro. Like, nobody wants that goofy ass shit, dog. Next fucking chip shortage, God forbid. 90% of the cars didn't even work in COVID times. Oh no, our big ass diesel truck, our gas trucks don't even work because they depend on this stupid ass little chip that tells you when there's someone walking next to your mobile that's gonna break down in 3 days and rust in 4. The car industry is a fucking joke nowadays, and I know y'all know that shit. Any car guy, anyone who even in layman's, bro, who drive normal fucking cars know their dog shit.
Brand new truck only has 9,000 fucking miles. What a fucking shame. She gone. Someone told me that Duramax now, or 6.7. This piece of shit has left the group chat.
Have y'all heard that they're basically Netflixing cars now? My 2006 BMW is starting to look like a luxury car every day. I'm sorry, this motherfucker is engine swapped, everything under the hood swapped, every piece swapped, and trust and believe, in 5 more years, if I got an engine swap this bitch again, I will be doing that. Because what the fuck do I look like paying $8 a month to heat my ass? I'm keeping this car forever. My kids is gonna engine swap this bitch. Because the new model is that we're not gonna own shit. We're gonna just rent everything from these bastards, okay? And I refuse. I'm keeping this bitch till the wheels fall off, and when the wheels fall off, I'm gonna glue them bitches back on. I don't give a fuck. Not to mention, they're patenting nuts and bolts and shit so that you can't even work on your own car. That's some bullshit. Could you imagine? You wake up in the morning, you late for work, you scrambling, you try to turn on your car. Oh, you ain't pay your subscription. You late to work, bitch. What kind of shit is that? They're really trying to phase out these gas cars, and they gonna have to pry this bitch from my cold, dead hands. I hate the Netflixication of everything. Honestly, bring back cable, bring back DVDs, bring back Blu-ray. My car may be very outdated, but it's mine, and ain't nobody gonna take that shit from me.
Modern cars are increasingly turning into complex gadgets packed with electronics, subscriptions, and remote control instead of reliable transportation. Because of this, people are more and more often refusing to buy new cars, preferring something older and more dependable.
All right, I'm here in the 2025 Chevy Suburban. How do you put this vehicle into low, right? There's a low position, but you can't put it in low from the shifter. You got to push this button over here, a steering wheel button, to put it in low. Someone's going to think that's like the volume or something. What are we doing here, GM? This is so much worse than this. What was wrong with the normal shifter? Oh, I want to be in park. Oh, there's reverse. Oh, there's drive. I want to go into first. Down one more. Manually shift right there on the button. Tow haul mode. Back into park. That is so easy and so just like mechanically like chakunk. Oh yeah, real shifter. What's wrong with that?
All right, friends, so we came back to get my brand new Santa Fe that has been in the shop for the second time now. This was in the shop for like almost 3 months. So we came back. Thankfully, they were super kind and they gave us a loaner car. But I came back to pick my car up. Obviously, you have a rental car. You got to fill it back up with gas unless you want to pay freaking $5 a gallon. But we got my car back. And how freaking lovely is it that they have my car for 3 months and I have 22 miles on it. So just spent $50 to fill that car up. Now I'm about to go back and spend another $50 to fill this car up. So thanks for that, Hyundai. But just a little FYI, if you're planning to go get a new car, I love my car, but don't freaking get this brand new Santa Fe. Maybe they need to work out some kinks and stuff, but this is the electric motor pump, whatever the heck that means. I don't even know. Last time it was the transmission, and then there's a recall in the airbags, I think. So, fun stuff, guys, fun stuff. Also, another thing too is, so my app for my Hyundai sends me notifications constantly, like if my car's unlocked, if it's low fuel, all sorts of stuff. It sends me I think they're trying to get us to leave. It sends me a notification on my phone that my battery is about to die. So I called them and they're like, oh, we'll check it. I was like, well, I'd like to know if like the lights are on or something and my battery's about to die. So we're about to check that to see, because I am not leaving this parking lot until I know that, because y'all are not about to send me off with a dead damn battery. Guys, there's literally cobwebs on my car. Like, what? Oh, damn. They really do the bare minimum. That's for sure. My car is a wreck.
So here's my new WRX. It is absolutely horrendous. Like, switching between different things, it's just so slow. And then if you want to go into the climate control system, it's just, you have to click here, and then you have to find what you want. It takes forever to find, and then like some of the times the buttons don't just work. And then you have to, the only thing that you can control is the front defroster and then the side and rear defroster and the temperature. Everything else you have to click into here and find what you want. Thankfully they did update it to have this right here so you can do the seat warmers at all times, but it would be so much cleaner if this was just like buttons down here, physical buttons, so I didn't have to go into that screen, wait forever, and yeah, but modern cars do not like that at all.
Paying full price for a new car only to fight laggy touchscreens and constant breakdowns is exhausting. When even basic controls become software chores and brand new models live in the shop, the modern car pitch starts looking like a joke.
Well, I'm one of them. 2022 GMC AT4X, the baddest truck that GMC is supposed to make. It burns 3.5 quarts of oil in between oil changes. Also, had a recall on the grill. Mine flew off in Kansas during turkey season. I mean, I've been a GM guy for a long time. I've got a 2006 Chevy, 3/4 ton Duramax, got 267,000 on it. I drive it across the country today. Brand new GMC Acadia sitting there. This is my wife's. But then tonight, I'm driving out the road. I'll show you a picture of my truck. 42,000 miles. Look at that. But this, I don't know. What are you doing, GMC? What are you guys building us now? Like, for the first time in a long time, I've thought about switching. I don't know. Everybody tell me what you think.
You guys, our sales are falling, okay? And we need to come up with new ideas immediately. Finally, somebody's listening. I've been trying to say for years that we should be making cool cars that car enthusiasts actually want to buy. Crossovers. Wait, what? Crossovers. People want crossovers. I mean, sure, like maybe some people, but like what if we brought back the Crown Victoria? No, that's a stupid idea. We should make more crossovers. And not only that, but we should make them all look the same. But if they all look the same, then all the cars are going to be boring. We're going to put angles. Angles? So many freaking angles. That car's going to be so slippery. No, like people want well-designed cars. We're going to give Stevie Wonder a knife and a piece of clay, and whatever he cuts, those are the angles we're going with.
I think we can all agree the cars nowadays that are coming out, for the most part, are just terrible. Every single car that comes out just flooded with just straight technology. iPad screens everywhere that pretty much controlled like 80% of the car. Cars nowadays are not the same, and I feel like everything really went downhill after COVID, because pretty much every single car manufacturer pre-COVID was peak. Everyone's dropping nice ass cars. The cars were actually worth it, and they were cars at the end of the day. Now you look at cars, it's like iPhones on 4 wheels. You go in, screen here, screen there, screen in the back. You want to turn on your heated and cooled seats, gotta touch the screen. Sometimes the screen just blacks out. You gotta take it in for service. That's another, like, God knows how many hundreds or even thousands of dollars to fix. Like, it's just stupid. That's just my take. If you guys agree with this, let me know in the comments. If you enjoy watching these type of videos, hit the follow button.
Modern cars have turned into oversized smartphones where almost everything runs through a screen that can freeze or go black without warning. It's hard to feel like you own a real car when basic functions depend on software that fails and costs a fortune to fix.
Okay, you can't shut the door, which means you can't put it in gear because it's a new car. Ah, the wonders of modern engineering. So now I have to push it so she can shut the door and get it started. All right, is it in neutral?
Yeah, it's coming back at you. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm gonna push it.
Okay, I'm off the brake.
Well, this thing's heavy. It's not going.
Well, maybe it won't even let it go in neutral then. Well,
All right, let's try this again.
oh wait, it's giving me a message up here.
What in the heck?
Hold on, it's giving me a message.
The most frustrating thing about this Audi Q6 is over here. They have this little panel of capacitive buttons to do everything. But what kills me the most is not this panel, as dumb as I think it is. It is this door handle piece, because there is a blank switch here, which on the passenger side is a lock-unlock button. But because on the driver's side, the lock-unlock is down here, you get a blank panel. How? This is everything that's wrong with car design. You get this thing that nobody wanted, and as a result of that, every single one of these has this blank switch. There's no option that fills this in. They couldn't have bothered to just make a different piece to go here so that you wouldn't have to look at this. But every single one of these cars, they're like 70 grand, and you get this blank, scratchy piece of plastic. Why?
So if you caught my last video about my F-150, we discovered some sensors. This is the one that caught my eye. However, I later found out if you pop this little cover off here, guess what else you have? You got this little thing right here, and you got another one right here. So we're gonna see what happens if you put a little aluminum foil over it. That should do it, right? Hang on, let me get the keys. Can't forget to snap this little thing back on. Sorry, that took both hands. So there we go. Hang on. All right, got that little cover back on. Everything looks good. Let's take it for a little test drive. Now, I cannot video and drive. I've been in trouble for that before, so hang on. All right, it starts and drives just fine. I'm going to drive it tomorrow and see what happens. Stay tuned, follow me. I'll make another video tomorrow, and I'll let you know if I have any problems. Thanks for watching. I also want to see if it still works. Aluminum foil, I would think, should stop that, but I'm just some redneck from Amarillo, Texas. Thanks for watching.
I feel like every new car brand is having major issues now, and especially when it comes to the engine. And I think this is one of the biggest things, and no one's talking about it. If you see it on this right here, this is the oil fill cap on the 2002 Chevy Vortec 5.3 liter. And if you see right there, it says 5W30. And I think one of the biggest problems is that every new manufacturer now, to get to the regulation and to meet the fuel requirement that are so strict right now, going to thinner and thinner oil. Even this little 4-cylinder back from the early 2000s, even this one required 5W30. Well, let's say on this Jeep right here, this Pennstar 3.6 liter now requires 0W20. But the funny part is when this engine came out, it originally came out with 5W30 as the oil requirement. Again, as the emissions and fuel requirements got tighter, they went to a thinner oil because it's more fuel efficient. But I think what we're sacrificing for fuel efficiency, we're sacrificing for reliability. I don't know about you, but I rather have reliability over fuel economy. If you take away a mile per gallon and tell me the engine will go another 100,000 miles longer, I'll take that every day. But I feel like that's the problem. We're chasing the fuel economy, and we're costing ourselves reliable transportation.
Manufacturers keep switching to thinner oils just to squeeze out better fuel economy numbers, even though it quietly kills long-term engine durability. When reliability gets sacrificed for a couple extra miles per gallon, it's no wonder so many new cars are failing early.
3 automotive trends that need to go away, and this Volvo EX30 has all of them. The first one's right here. There are 4 windows like a traditional car in this EX30, but there's only 2 window switches. So to toggle between the front and the rear, I have to first hit the rear switch, and then I can lower the rear windows. The second, there's no gauges in front of me, so everything is handled by a single screen. Your parking settings, your speedometer, even your turn signals pop up on the center screen. And that just takes away your attention from the road to be looking at this screen. And number 3 is this fixed glass roof. This is beautiful, lets in a lot of light, but there's no shutters or shade in here. And to add insult to injury, Volvo will sell you a $200 covering that matches the interior that you can install in here and stow away when you don't need it. I know I said 3, but here's a bonus one. Lack of physical controls everywhere. In this one, there's no volume dial, and there's even no buttons for your glove box. Open that up, I have to go here and hit this button, and there you go.
Today we're going to talk about 3 things that I hate about modern cars. Let's get it. All right, you already see the comment. The first one is black plastic. Now, in a $35,000 car and a $20,000 car, you know, that person might not even care that they have a bunch of black plastic instead of wood grain and carbon fiber and aluminum finishes and all that. But in a BMW M3 Competition X Drive that you can spec up to well over $100,000, you should not have to pay $100 more for the black plastic on the center console and the little piece on the dashboard than it would cost to get carbon fiber on the center console, the dashboard, the steering wheel, and the paddle shifters. And to make you feel better about your almost $1,100 black plastic, they call it piano lacquer. I touched on this multiple times before, so I'm not about to go too hard, but having a bunch of screens everywhere is pretty dumb. As a driver, I'd hate the passenger screen because now my passenger can fuck with the music without my permission. What was wrong with physical AC controls? Matter of fact, they were better because you knew that when you had your finger on a certain button, you were adjusting a certain thing. Now you have to look down and see what you're touching because they all feel the same. I'll let digital gauge clusters slide because there's a way, like in the R8, where it can be designed where you can get rid of the center console screen completely. You can run your GPS, your Apple CarPlay, your music, all that through the gauge cluster, and that is sick. It makes the interior look so much better and so much more driver focused. Next is not just the screen, but what's inside the screen, and that is bad infotainment systems. Most manufacturers' infotainment systems just suck. I specifically use the Honda infotainment because if you drive an early 2010s Honda, you already know. I think there are some good infotainment systems. I surprisingly like Volvos. I like BMWs. I like Toyotas. I like any VAG group car. I like Porsches. I say Porsche separately from the rest of the VAG group because it's different. But if I made the laws, I just make every car manufacturer just have like a menu to connect to Bluetooth and then just use CarPlay for everything. It's honestly a no-brainer that a phone company made a better car infotainment system than car manufacturers themselves. Again, I think this much screen real estate is excessive and distracting, but I think Apple is trying to go for a full integration across the digital gauge cluster and everything in the car. But I think fully integrated CarPlay like this is a much better option than most manufacturers' infotainment and digital gauge clusters. All right, y'all get a bonus 4th one, and that is OEM fake carbon fiber. I would prefer black plastic than have fake carbon fiber. The material just feels really fucking odd under my fingers. And to people who know and actually give a fuck about carbon fiber, it's obviously fake!
Modern cars keep trading real quality for glossy plastic and oversized screens that look premium for about 5 minutes. Once the rattles start and the software lags, you realize you paid luxury money for something that feels disposable.
My 2025 Mazda CX-90 has been in the service department for the past 2 weeks, and when I called to get an update today, they told me it could be there for the next 5 months. So let's just hop into it really quick. 5 months ago, I bought a Mazda CX-90 with everything included, and it was a hybrid plug-in model. 2 days into having the car, I had to bring it back to them because it was not charging. 4 months in, I had to bring it back because it was leaking fluid. And most recently, I had to bring it in at 5 months and it's needing a new transmission. They're telling me that my transmission is on back order until the end of April, which would definitely classify this car as a lemon. They gave me a non-comparable vehicle as a loaner. And anytime that I reach out to anyone from corporate or certain parts of the dealership, I am ignored or given no answers. With all the problems this vehicle has had, I'm nervous to put my kids inside of the vehicle, which I feel like is completely reasonable. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, comment, reshare, tag Mazda in this, and let's make sure no one else gets in this situation with their cars.
New cars are so unreliable. This Toyota already has 10,000 miles on it. And guess what? It's already broken. Look at that. It's out of windshield washer fluid. Tell me why that notification, right, tells you to call the dealership, hit details, or dismiss. It's out of windshield washer fluid. That's the only warning light on the dash. Why do I need to call the dealership? Because I need $4 worth of windshield washer fluid in this car. They're just building these new cars to last you a couple years. Get them right outside of warranty. I mean, look at that. They're putting 0W8 motor oil in. This is a CVT transmission. Nothing about this Toyota is built to last anymore. You can say, why then buy something new? Let me show you what happens when you buy used. But it's all rusted out. That's the one downside to living up north. If you don't take care of your car like the previous 2 owners did, no fluid film, no cavity wax, this stuff just rusts out. There's literally no rockers on the driver's side. The back quarter panel's rusted out. The side of the truck looks like it was used in the demolition derby. And the passenger side is just as rusted out as the driver's side. But one of the advantages of buying new is that you know how it's taken care of. You can do the cavity wax, the fluid film, and you can keep it from rusting out yourself. But now the new powertrains mean we don't have to worry about trucks rusting out anymore.
Why do engines look like this, have timing gears that are pressed onto the crankshaft with nothing other than a thermal press fit, requiring people to weld them together like the 6.7 Power Stroke one? And you can't forget about lobes on camshafts with the same exact problem. I know Volkswagen loves to do this. You have Stellantis making oil coolers out of plastic. Now we have many examples of oil pumps being driven off of belts. Yeah, that's not going to end well. Well, I just like to say it, but it's all your fault. 100% the audience here. Back when I was an automotive engineer working in the workforce, I never once went into a design meeting where someone else was previously an ASE certified mechanic or the like. And oftentimes in meetings, I'm the only person that's previously wrenched on a vehicle or fabricated things. It's literally a nightmare not working with other gearheads. And as a result, we have highly analytical engineers designing everything, instead of practical engineers that have previously worked on stuff. We need gearheads to get legitimate engineering degrees. That's what we need, so we can prevent stuff like this being released to production.
Cars keep getting filled with fragile engineering decisions that only look good on paper. When the people designing them have never fixed a broken engine, the result is exactly what we're seeing now.
If you are a victim of the Mazda Ghost Screen CarPlay issue, where it just clicks 58 buttons, calls people, does all kinds of crazy things, then this is for you. There is an active settlement open for Mazda, and I actually got something in the mail that had more details about it, so I wanted to share on here because the only thing I found was on Reddit, and it didn't really have a lot of people who had answers of what they needed to do. But it's a known issue by Mazda. They actually met a settlement with somebody who was suing them for this because it's obviously a huge issue. So the website, I'll put it in the video here, but it's Mazda infotainmentsettlement.com, and you have until, where's the date? Hold on. It says August 1st, 2025 to file your claim and get the benefits. And they listed the models that are included. So Mazda 2 models 2016 to 2022, Mazda 3 years 2014 to 2018, Mazda 6 years 2016 to 2021, Mazda CX-3 2016 to 2021, Mazda CX-5, that's what I have, so 2016 to 2020, Mazda CX-9 2016 to 2020, and Mazda MX-5 2016 to 2023. So very recent for some of these years of cars, and it's unfortunate that it's a thing, but they're basically offering the option of a limited warranty extension or reimbursements if you had to pay it out of pocket to repair the issue that they've already known about. And these repairs for the infotainment systems at minimum are like $700 just for the part, and then that's not including the diagnostic fee that you may have to pay if you decide that you don't want to get the repair done. So yeah, definitely file a claim and go get your money back, or even get the warranty extension. Because I've already gotten mine replaced, they do give you the option to extend the warranty, and then you have the option to like opt out of the settlement. But if you've been affected by it, I would honestly look into it and see what you can get out of it, because it's a lot of money and cars aren't cheap. So wanted to share this on TikTok because I wanted to find this information. So that is all.
So how do you roll the windows down?
Oh, you do it right here in the center. There's your switches.
But why?
because it's a Bronco, so you can take the doors off. So that way when the door's off, the doors are off.
This video is for Mercedes-Benz. I live in LA. I have a Mercedes-Benz. It's a 2021. I had to take it into the dealer because the engine light came up. And as many as you know, the factory warranty ends when you hit 50,000 miles or the 4 years, whichever comes first. The engine light came up. I had to take my car. I took it to the one in downtown LA. And after 8 days, I was told that I emailed the Mercedes, I don't know, I just assume I emailed the main people, and they told me I got a case number because I'm asking for a goodwill repair because they want almost $2,800 to replace the injection fluid, I don't know, injection something, injectors. They didn't give me a loaner. I have to rent a car. And also, they charged me $900 for a diagnose. There's 2 diagnoses. The first one, they didn't figure out what it was. And Mercedes-Benz, one of the reasons why I choose to have your car and work hard to make sure I always feel safe is because I've never had an issue with you guys. And right now, it's too premature to be going through this and spend this amount of money. It's ridiculous. And then they didn't offer me a loaner. My advisor's like, oh, I can't give you something we don't have. I'm a freelancer. I have to, like, work whatever job I get. And I'm just, it's too early on to be going through this. And, oh, what they said is, because I didn't do my oil changes at the dealership, they're not doing this goodwill gesture. They said it's a gesture, and they're not doing it. It's not illegal to not get your oil changes. I have maintained my car. The executive branch guy that I spoke to said that, oh my god, I'm so sorry, this is so gross. Said that even if I email my records, that they made the decision. They're not gonna do anything, and I have to come up with all this money. If my car was old, I understand, but it's not. Mercedes-Benz, I don't know how else to reach out to you. They wouldn't give me another email. I don't know. Like, if there's anybody on TikTok that knows what I should do, please let me know. I don't know what else to do. They're not helping me.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next videos.